There are just certain stories that it's tiring to talk about because when you learn of it, read of it, you can't help but imagine that this could have been you. This could have been anybody. Around the 25th of April 2026, a 24-year-old man by the name of Abdul Samad Jamiu, aka Ketch, was shot dead in what is being claimed to be a military operation. The killing happened in Jamiu's house in Shagari Estate, Dede area of Abuja. Now, according to the Nigerian army, who are being accused right now of being the one responsible for the death of this young man, it was a mistake. Jamiu was shot mistakenly. They claim that it was during a gun battle with suspected armed robbers. That was when the shot was fired and hit Jamiu, who was inside his house, by the way, when this happened. However, this claim was refuted and refused by the family because it does not make sense. He was inside his room when he got shot through the door. There was no shot outside his room to show that he was firing from inside. So the army were lying that they were fighting an armed robber in his room because that doesn't make sense. How do you explain that? Did anybody from inside that room fire at you guys that you guys fired back? Jamiu was doing his NYSC, serving his country when this happened. And funny enough, it was in his family house that this happened, from what we hear, and his parents were not around. While he was there, according to the Nigerian army, they were carrying out an operation in the area. Again, the claim is that the soldiers were pursuing suspected armed robbers. And they are claiming that there was a shootout, and somehow, they shot through the door and it hit Jamiu. This was their claim. This is what the statement of the army is saying from what is being circulated. But here's the thing, the account given by the family is a different story. According to eyewitnesses and people who were in the compound, it happened around 2 a.m. The soldiers jumped the fence, allegedly, into the compound where Jamiu lives with his family. They claim that the soldiers did not properly identify themselves. And there's also the claim that there was no active gun battle. The only gunshot they heard was a gunshot that killed Jamiu. They tried to get into the door and somehow they shot through the door. This is what other people are claiming because Jamiu was inside and the door was locked and the soldiers were outside the door, basically attempting to get in. Allegedly, it's unclear what the story is, but basically the bottom line is the soldiers are saying they were fighting armed robbers when they shot at Jamiu's door by mistake. And now the family are saying it's a lie. They jumped into the fence. They didn't identify themselves. There was no active shooting. They tried to get into Jamiu's door and shot at the door because the door was locked. And invariably shooting Jamiu, who was probably in proximity with the door, shooting his head and killing him instantly. Now there are people claiming that this might have been some kind of assassination, that the people who came to kill him wore the uniform so that they would not be stopped by vigilantes. This story is a whole mess. It's a very scary story. I'm not going to lie to you. It's my initial fear currently because I don't know. Things like this should not happen. Things like this can't happen. The Nigerian army have gone to, they're investigating it from what we hear. There's also a video showing them paying condolence visit to the family of the young man. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Things like this would continue if somebody is not punished. Whoever shot that gun that killed him should be held accountable. Whether you guys were battling Boko Haram or whether you guys were fighting the end of the World War, it's unclear. Somebody should be held accountable because if they apologize and beg their way and pay their way off, it may happen again. The reason why things don't work in Nigeria is because serious crimes like this are ignored. It's the small ones that people drag on because it involves, the lesser people, I presume. It's unfortunate. It's really painful. I don't know. Tragedies like this are one that just make you question yourself if you're safe in this country. It just takes the military to just claim that there is armed robber here and they enter here and shoot who they want to shoot and come online and say, yeah, there were armed robbers, we're fighting back, so we're shooting, we were all killing. It was like a world war, so the bullet accidentally hit your child. I'm so sorry. We're trying to protect the nation. We're trying to stop and protect our country when we accidentally shot your son. The armed robbers were fighting us back, so we had to fight back. That's the story they will give, and to be honest, you can't even contest it. It's not, there's not much. The thing now is now the victim versus the Nigerian army. So you can't win the Nigerian army, obviously, because it's not one person. So how do you win it? It's a very important group of people that we do need to protect us. Funny enough, that's just the thing. We need the army. They protect us. But when they do things like this, how do we fight them? The easiest way and the only thing out of this is for them to bring out the one person who did that and figure out if this is a mistake, if this was sent, if this was an accident, if it was carelessness, if it was a trigger happy person, and then do the right thing. Who shot the gun? Give us a name, give us a face. Saying it's the Nigerian army doesn't help because there are good people in the army, really good people who don't even like that this happened, who are willing to punish whoever did it. So we can't just say it's the Nigerian army and assume it's one person. It's just unfortunate.